Hey traders, Raghee here. Happy Monday, everybody. In this recap video, we're going to go over three markets, the NASDAQ, the Euro, and the Pound, and cover three of the most frequently asked questions I've received here in probably the last day or so. So let's start off with the NQ. And this had to do with the intraday day trading type strategy that I use. And I say intraday type. You might say, well, what does that mean, Rog? Why is it just not an intraday strategy? Because the very same approach that I will apply to a tick chart is very much in line with anything that I would apply to a 30 or 60 or quite frankly a daily chart. The criteria that precedes an entry has to begin with clarity. And some of the easiest ways to identify clarity come from the grab candles, my color-coded candles, and propulsion. Propulsion is the way in which I have used the 8 and 21 EMAs for pretty much the entirety of my career. Once upon a time, there were simple moving averages because it was easier, it was simple to calculate them. But once I got spoiled by technology, the exponential moving average became more helpful. So looking at, for example, the NAS, let's jump on over there. And what we did into the close today, what we did was we looked consistently across multiple time frames for clarity. Now, the question that I'm getting is this. All right, Rog, if we take a trade setup on, say, a 2 or 3 minute time frame, but that stop is only 1.5 points or 2 points or 4 points on the NASDAQ going into the close, is that a valid stop? And it's valid for that time frame's setup, but it doesn't mean it's valid in terms of the price movement range. And this is something we've spent a lot of time talking about, especially into the closing sessions. And John and I and Neil and David are going to be starting our day trading, live trading, actually tomorrow. So if you're interested in joining us, you still have time to sign up. You can go to simplertrading.com/recipe. And you can join us. But in the meanwhile, let me give you a little heads up. I need a minimum of about 10 points. And so what I'm looking for is a time frame that's going to give me that minimum. And it happened to have been the 5. So even though I entered trades on the 2, based on levels on the 2 and 3, and also the 5, my stop was not jumping time frames around, but which time frame lined up with 1, entries that I was willing to take, and 2, respecting that price movement range. Okay, that's the first question that I received a lot of. And that ES, man, we bought that ES in the 80, 85 area and rode that through into 7,000 into the close. Members, you can catch that whole playback live. That was a blast. So check that out. Very nice winner, intraday winner. We took 20 minute trade right at thereabouts for about 15. Some of you took 20 points with the 705 target, so not bad. 20 and 20, not too shabby. All right, so the other question I've been getting is what's going on with the Euro, and this will equally apply to the Pound. And this is something I want to mention. I trade Forex, and we do look at currencies at Simpler Futures because 1, there's currency futures, and 2, Forex lends itself very well to futures, and I've been a Forex trader for, darn near 20 years at this point. So yeah, this is something we bring to the table. And the Euro continues to just kind of spin its wheels inside the 34 EMA, and this is something that I will talk about. If we can complete 3 blue candles in a row, preferably. I mean, we really do have, this is going to be the 4th potentially, but this green right here kind of throws us off. But if I can get 3 blue grab candles in a row, we'll start talking about a different kind of trade, more of an expansion, momentum type trade here in the coming days. But this is still a valid entry. Blue grab candles do not derail the trend. They just show a little bit more of a neutral psychology within what overall is a uptrend. The Pound is a little bit interesting. It's holding its own, lots of blue. We don't have that similar blue, blue, blue in the wave here. But is this valid? Yes. So for those of you that are holding on to the Pound, this is still very much a valid trade. And I think this level right here, getting above, staying above the 140 handle is going to be very important going forward. So keep an eye on that level. We are indeed still long the pound. I'll see you in the next update.